Well, we are finally here. My apologies. We're having some technical difficulties on this side. Welcome to the Willie Lawson Show here on the Exceptional Conservative Network, powered by SHR Media and our great friends at High Plains Talk Radio. Let's get things started first. For those of us who are still watching football, congratulations to the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and the gang for winning their 5th Super Bowl. And in stunning fashion, a lot of you left the Super Bowl when the score was 28-3 Atlanta, and decided that you'd had enough, and that game was over, and it was a blowout, and it was boring, and blah 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 blah. And if you left and didn't go back, well, frankly, you missed it. You made a judgment call about something, and you missed it. You got it wrong. And the reason you got it wrong is because you didn't hang in there until the end. I personally think that that's a great picture about how a lot of people behave in a lot of areas. You needed to hang in there until the end, because there was a lot more going on. A lot more could happen. Excuse me. I have a little crackly voice this morning. I've been fighting off a little cold or whatever, and last night was the first night that I got a full night's sleep. So I'm a little hoarse, a little froggy this morning, and I apologize. But it just the idea is that you've got to be able to hang in there to the end, and if you can't hang in there to the end, then what you're not going to be able to do is see how things work out in its entirety. You're not going to be able to see how things are going to work out in their entirety. What we saw, now whoever you were rooting for, now I was not rooting for the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl. I was not. I was really hoping for Atlanta to win the Super Bowl. And it had nothing to do with my politics. It had to do with, I wanted to see Atlanta win their first Super Bowl. After 51 Super Bowls, this would have been their first one. And I just thought I thought it'd be cool. Fairly young team, up and coming quarterback, fairly young coach. I like their style of play on offense. I would have liked to see them win their first Super Bowl. But you know who wasn't having that? The New England Patriots. Because they never put their head down. They never gave up. They never gave up. Ever. I don't believe that there was one time in that game where they thought, well, this is over. Let's act like it's over. Not one time. And so when opportunities came to them to advance their position, they did. They believed, and then they acted on it. Today, we're going to talk about black people and the new left. We're going to talk to you about black people and the new left, because we've been saying over here on this side for a long time, the Democrat Party that black people have been engaged with and involved with for so long is not it's not the JFK Democrat Party. And this doesn't have anything to do with the switch. This mythical switch that people keep talking about. Nothing to do with the mythical switch. What this has to do with is that the Democrat Party has allowed itself to be invaded by the loony left of the world, and now that has opened up the door for the black bloc anarchists. Just with the Berlin Wall falling and the end of the Soviet Union, communists and communism did not go away. Yes, it was shown that it was defeated, no doubt, but it didn't go away. And the Democrat Party it was ripe for the picking in the United States, especially with candidates for president like Bernie Sanders, who categorized himself as a democratic socialist. Socialism leads to communism. And the only way that they're going to be able to forward their cause is by violence. Ladies and gentlemen, black people of America, these are not people that you want to associate with. These are not people who are championing your causes for freedom, liberty, and the full enfranchisement into the United States of America, into the dream of what America is. They are not. We'll be back with more of the Willie Lawson Show right after these messages. Innovation, inspiration, and imagination. 3 important characteristics that are important in any business, but especially in real estate when you're looking for your forever home. And when that home is a new home, there are very, very many things that must go right. The financing must be on point. The furnishings must be on point. The location and neighborhood must be on point. And if you need someone to get that right the first time, you have to go to my friend Gary Knight at New Homes of Tampa Bay. That's New Homes of Tampa Bay. You can reach him on the web at www.newhomestpa.com. If you're looking for innovation through technology, inspiration and imagination through hard work, www.newhomestpa.com. There's no reason to wait for a special occasion to send flowers. No reason to wait until you miss a birthday or an anniversary or Valentine's Day to send flowers. All you have to do is get a hold of my friend Christine at Blooming Days Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. That's www.bloomingdays.com. And tell her that you want to send the very best, that you care enough to send the very best. One of FTD's top florists in all of the United States, always in the top 100 of flower shops in the United States. That's Blooming Days Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. Forget calling 1-800-something, www.bloomingdays.com. It's great to have partners, but it's even better when one of your partners is one of the finest urban conservatives in America. That's my friend Kevin Batts. Kevin Batts of Red River Chronicle TV. Red River Chronicle TV is taking the internet by storm. With fabulous production, amazing commentary, and incredible insight, Red River TV is the thing that we'll all be watching in 2017. They are the people, Kevin and his wife Janelle, are the voices that are going to make the difference in urban America in 2017. So get in on the ground floor. Go to www.redriverchronicle.com and subscribe to Red River TV today. Broadcasting from the southernmost headquarters of the Exceptional Conservative Network, it's the Willie Lawson Show. It's the hippest urban conservative trip in America.
And now, your host, Willie Lawson.
All right, it's the hippest trip in America. It's the hippest conservative trip in America. Again, my name is Will Lawson, and welcome to the Will Lawson Show here on the Exceptional Conservative Network, powered by SHR Media and syndicated by our friends at High Plains Talk Radio. We did have a little rugged start to our day today, and I apologize to all our folks down the line. I just couldn't get the Spreaker Studio thing to show up on my computer. I just couldn't get it to start. It just was taking its sweet time. I don't know whether it was out partying Sunday. It was happy that the Patriots won, and it was drunk inside my computer. I'm not sure what the deal was. It just wouldn't come on. Anyway, we're going to talk about black folks and the new left. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear a lot of terms. And you're going to hear some pretty flowery definitions for these terms. Because people are desperately, the left, especially the new left, is desperately trying to convince you that what they have to offer, what they're selling, is going to be good for you. You know, from Britannica.com, it defines communism as the political and economic doctrine that aims to replace private property and profit-based economy with a public ownership and a communal control of at least the major means of productions, mines, mills, factories, the natural resources of a society. Communism, thus, is a form of socialism, a higher and more advanced form, according to its advocates. Exactly how communism differs from socialism has long been a matter of debate, but the distinction rests largely in the communist adherence to the revolutionary socialism of a dude named Karl Marx. Now, that sounds good. We're all going to own this. We're all going to do this together because there have been people who have been in charge for years and years and years and years. Right? And these people hate you, and they've always hated you, and what we're going to do is we're going to take back what we've worked for. You know what? And I can make it sound really good, except that here's the part that's always missing. There's always going to be somebody in charge, and it's never going to be you. And everything you work for is always going to belong to somebody else. And I'll tell you why this is important to have this conversation, because most of this is about most of these ideologies are about private property. Now, a lot of you think private property is just like a house, real estate. No, you know what else is private property? Your money. The dollars that you earn are yours. They belong to you. The items that you purchase are your property. You bought them. They belong to you. Your clothing, your cars, your money is your private property. So when somebody starts talking to you about private property and how we're going to replace private property, and they're showing you pictures of Joel Osteen's house, you need to reach in your wallet, and that's your private property, and that's not going to get any bigger. When we on the right start talking about a welfare state, it misses the mark, because that's not what communism is. It's not a welfare state. It's a slave state. It's where you work and give whatever you have to the state. The state, and I don't mean the state of Florida, I mean the government, is the arbiter. The arbiter, the person that decides, the entity that decides where your money and hard work and even where you live, where it should be divided and who should own it. And who should have it? Because the state owns it. Now, a lot of us cannot wrap our brain around that we would no longer own our home. If we live in a home that you've worked for, that somebody else would own it. We know that we share ownership with the bank. That's the most schizophrenic relationship ever if you have a mortgage. If you have a mortgage, that's the most schizophrenic relationship ever. Because the city and county and state say that it's your property and you're responsible for this, and that. But the bank says, you owe us money, so we own your house. What? I thought I owned it. No, you don't own it. The bank owns it. It's a schizophrenic, weird relationship, no doubt. And gets a lot of us, those kind of relationships get a lot of us in the mix. And if you're, and folks, if you're, because we're here to help, and if you're in the mix, especially about your credit, go to the exceptionalconservativeshow.com website and click on financial products. Click on financial products, because most of us are in credit card problems. So if you're in credit card problems, we've got a solution that you need to explore. Go to the exceptionalconservativeshow.com website, click on the tab financial products, and explore selecting any number of our financial options, credit cards that are secured credit cards, LifeLock identity protection, and we'll talk about that here a little bit later. All sorts of options that you can choose from right from our website. Right from our website, the exceptionalconservativeshow.com financial products tab. But anyway, so owning a home puts us in a weird position. Well, communism says, I got an idea. How about if you don't own that home? How about if the state comes in and says, we got this? How about if the state comes in and says that business that you've been trying to open for 35 years and you finally got open doesn't belong to you? It is actually owned by the state. And if you produce something, if you make something, the state gets to decide how much of that you can make and how much you can charge for it. Oh, this is the part of communism and socialism that they don't tell you about. They try to get you jacked up on getting the big guy. They like in D.C., y'all. They tried to get y'all jacked up on stopping Target and Walmart. Because it's the big people that are the bad guy. That's what these people who are on the New Left will want you to believe. The fact of the matter is that every time you try to get them, you end up getting yourself. When you stop the Walmarts and the Targets from coming in your community, what you do is stop the jobs from coming in your community. And if you stop the jobs from coming in your community, you stop the hope of anybody becoming economically independent. Now, not that you're going to buy a mansion on the cashier salary at Target. Understood, but you have the potential at some point to get off of the public dole and onto your own 2 feet, which is where you want to be. At least you have that opportunity. That you're not tied to a system that wants to keep you there, that wants to keep you in the system. So if the left can prevent these places from coming into our neighborhoods, our communities, then they will. They like it. And I'm going to say this, they like it when they go into the urban core and see burned out buildings and they see empty storefronts, because they believe that we are ripe for the picking to turn us into at least communists or socialist sympathizers. Because we'll buy the lie that they are actually on our side. That we will buy the lie that they are our champions. We will buy the lie. My hope for you this morning is that you won't buy the lie, that you'll do your research, that you will understand what communism is. You'll understand the amount of violence and poverty and destruction that communist regimes all over the world perpetrate on their citizenry. That you'll listen to me, Willie Lawson, on the Willie Lawson Show, on the Essential Conservative Network, powered by SHR Media, syndicated by our great friends at High Plains Talk Radio, that you will listen and get information and ask questions of your elected officials who are getting more and more radicalized by the new left. Now, the old left, because a lot of you are shaking your heads, the old left used to talk about things that were family oriented, that were family oriented. We used to believe that they were about families because they were about unions. They've always been about the worker, and if you read anything by Karl Marx, anything about socialism, anything about communism, is always about the worker, and that sounds on the surface good, doesn't it? It always portrays people of wealth as evil, right? But the new left is a wolf in sheep's clothing. The new left is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Because they don't care about, because communism doesn't care about family. How do I know they don't care about family? Look at what the left has been doing to the black American family for the past 40 years. Destroying it from the inside. First, getting the black man out of the home. And then if there are any children, any black children, kill them before they're born. And if you want to know about the death and destruction of black people in utero, go to www.blackgenocide.org, I think it is. Let me find out for sure. I don't want to send you into the black hole of the internet, no pun intended. Black genocide. Blackgenocide.com. And you can see that there is indeed a genocide going on in our community, led by the left, led by people who support Planned Parenthood. And again, you got to follow the money, and you got to follow where these people are. Where these people are, find out what they actually support. Find out. These are the same people who say that they got your back. Oh, it's blackgenocide.org. I was right to start with. And Reverend Clenard has exposed who these people are. They've exposed who these people are. Because it's important in their system to control our population. It's the communists that are the people who are not for, quote, diversity. They only want obedience to the state. Now, let's talk about this, because a lot of people, a lot of black people only look at, you get up in the morning and you look in the mirror, and that's who you think you are. The color of your skin is who you think you are. Let me talk to you for a second. You won't be in charge. There will not be this group of black people in charge who are looking out for black issues in the black community. Everything that that communism and socialism says to offer hurts us, hurts you as a black person, hurts you as a person who is of color. Everything hurts you. Let's look very easy at some failed communist countries. Let's look. The Republic of Cuba is still failed. Now, yes, it's still there. It's still failed. How are you thinking, Willie, how can you say this? Easy. Because right now, they're really what? They're really wanting what? They're really wanting the approval of what? The largest non-communist country in the world to release sanctions, to offer up trade, or they're going to fail. And that's one of the 4 countries that are communists that we know, communists in the true sense of communism. It is the People's Republic of China. Do you want to be like China? Do you want to be like Cuba? Do you want to be like Vietnam? Or do you want to be like the Laos People's Democratic Republic? All Asian countries. Do you want to be like these 4 countries? Do you want to be like the failed state of Afghanistan or Albania or Angola, Bulgaria, Cambodia, Czechoslovakia, Ethiopia, East Germany, Hungary, North Korea, Mongolia, Mozambique, Poland, Romania, Somalia, North Vietnam, Yugoslavia? Is that what they want to turn your country into? Now these are all war-torn hellholes around the world that the left is holding up as shining beacons of communism. Are you serious? They want to turn your country into that. Algeria, Iraq, Libya, the Sudan, and of course Syria. Syria started off as a country that was a non-Marxist Leninist state, and it's turned into what it's turned into now. Is that what's going to be the best for your community? Hell, doesn't where you live already look like Syria? Black people in the new left. I'm just gonna say it from right here. That black people, the best thing that you can do, the best thing that we can do, is to desert the left. Is to have a come to Jesus moment with ourselves, with our families, with our churches, with our communities, and reassess, and completely and totally reassess our political leanings. Now, I'll tell you what, I had this moment of introspection myself as a young person, I had this moment that I had to start looking at who I was, what I believed, and where my associations were going to be after the birth of my son some 26 years ago. And what I figured out was that I could no longer attach myself to the loony left. I didn't believe what they believed. I didn't think they had my best interest or my community's best interest at heart. And that's what we're going to have to start doing. That's what you are going to have to start doing. You have to start using some introspection and ask yourself, is the new left part of your future? Is it part of your family's future? I'm telling you that it's not. I'm believing for you that it is not. My name is Willie Lawson. This is the Willie Lawson Show on the Exceptional Conservative Network. We'll be back right after these messages. Innovation, inspiration, and imagination. 3 important characteristics that are important in any business, but especially in real estate when you're looking for your forever home. And when that home is a new home, there are very, very many things that must go right. The financing must be on point. The furnishings must be on point. The location and neighborhood must be on point. And if you need someone to get that right the first time, you have to go to my friend Gary Knight at New Homes of Tampa Bay. That's New Homes of Tampa Bay. You can reach him on the web at www.newhomestpa.com. If you're looking for innovation through technology, inspiration and imagination through hard work, www.newhomestpa.com. There's no reason to wait for a special occasion to send flowers. No reason to wait until you miss a birthday or an anniversary or Valentine's Day to send flowers. All you have to do is get a hold of my friend Christine at Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. That's www.bloomingdays.com. And tell her that you want to send the very best, that you care enough to send the very best. One of FTD's top florists in all of the United States, always in the top 100 of flower shops in the United States. That's Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, www.bloomingdays.com. Forget calling 1-800-something, www.bloomingdays.com. It's great to have partners, but it's even better when one of your partners is one of the finest urban conservatives in America. That's my friend Kevin Batts. Kevin Batts of Red River Chronicle TV. Red River Chronicle TV is taking the internet by storm. With fabulous production, amazing commentary, and incredible insight, Red River TV is the thing that we'll all be watching in 2017. They are the people, Kevin and his wife Janelle, are the voices that are going to make the difference in urban America in 2017. So get in on the ground floor. Go to www.redriverchronicle.com and subscribe to Red River TV today.
Good morning.
I'm Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Okay, folks, that's not how it goes. I think I'm Shannon, and
I
you're
think so.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. We are The Right Way with Shannon and Mike.
Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Live on SHR Media.
And on TECN.
Where we'll be talking about all kinds of things.
From sports and politics.
To food and entertainment.
To money.
Family.
And anything else in between.
Community, holidays, all kinds of things.
It'll be great. Join us from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Hi, it's your business diva here, Melanie Collette of Money Talk with Melanie on the Exceptional Conservative Network. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m., we talk all things money on a global, domestic, and household scale that affects you and your wallet. You don't want to miss it.
This program is being syndicated on the High Plains Talk Radio Network. For more information, go to www.highplainstalkradio.com.
All right, my name is Willie Lawson. Listen, what if you haven't gone to the Exceptional Conservative Show website, you're missing out on a lot of things that are going to improve the quality of your existence. Now, I know that's pretty highfalutin, but it's right. And that's the exceptionalconservativeshow.com website. That is the home website for all the shows on the TECN network, both in the morning and in the afternoon. And it's also a place where you can get everything you need. There is Bible study information there. There's the Voice of Liberty, the connections to both our morning and evening shows, financial and legal information, some financial products, and a news center. And you can always contact any of us through the exceptionalconservativeshow.com website. So if you're wondering, how do I get a hold of you and how do I find out more about whatever this Exceptional Conservative Show network is all about, go to www.theexceptionalconservativeshow.com website and poke around for a while. Visit. Say hello. Hey. Love to have you. Glad to have you now. Thanks for tuning into the Willie Lawson Show here on the Exceptional Conservative Show Network. We appreciate you greatly that you are hanging out with us today. I have got to get across to you, black people especially, that the new left, that the Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer left is the most dangerous place for black people to be. If indeed you are concerned about community, if you're concerned about the economic and social welfare of where you live and the people that you live around and your own children, the new left, and I'm calling it the new left, is the most dangerous place to be. And all you have to do is watch a little TV. Don't watch a bunch of TV, because I think a bunch of TV is bad for you. Just watch a little TV and find out what they're talking about. You know, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So listen to what the new left is saying. Listen to how they're saying it. Listen to their verbiage. And they'll tell you. That's the greatest part about the left. They'll tell you who they're afraid of, and they'll tell you what they mean. So when you hear so-called college professors on the left screaming and cursing about the election of Donald Trump, I mean, just completely unhinged. In all of their ranting and raving, do they mention anything that says we must improve the economic conditions of our inner city? We must improve the schools in our urban America's core. Do they ever say anything about, you know what, we've got to remove some of the tax burdens so our black and brown brothers can open businesses and be successful? Do they ever say anything about that? Did they ever say that it is it may be a necessary evil, but it is still an evil to have as many of our black and brown brothers on public assistance when it would be better for them economically, generationally, socially, and culturally to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, to be able to be to be proud again, and not be at the back door, at the hand of the state? Did they ever say anything like that? Did they ever say the same people who invented mathematics, science, physics, astronomy should not be the dogs begging for crumbs? Did they ever say anything like that? That people who were the kings and queens, chiefs and priests, proud people, should not have to beg for food, should not have to use an EBT card in order to get basic services and sustenance? That we need to develop a system by which that they can thrive? Do they talk like that? Or do they talk like somebody owes you something? When frankly, you know damn well nobody owes you a thing. You know that. What you do know is that most of your trap you have developed yourself and supported people who have championed the same trap that you're in. What you know is that poverty is not the evidence of lack of money. It is the evidence of misspent money. Pardon me. It is the evidence of misspent money. I was having a conversation with the board op of a show that I contribute to here in Tampa called Porch Talk Radio. It is the only black conservative program on 1150 WTMP here in Tampa, and it's probably one of the few conservative-led black programs on a hip hop station in America. And I was talking to the board op, and what he and I were saying was what I was saying to him, and he was agreeing to this, that our problem doesn't have anything to do with Democrat or Republican. Our problem has to do with is economic and our culture. That we simply won't explore our culture and our economic habits to make the improvements that we need. And the new left doesn't want you to. The new left wants you to believe however we're doing now is just fine. When we know dang on well it's not. We know that if it is that it is more likely that someone will buy a 9-year-old a $250 pair of Jordans and not put at least some of that money into a college fund, that we're doing it wrong. If you're in the state of Florida and some states around the country where you can actually prepay tuition, you can get into a prepaid tuition program for college, and you choose not to. You choose not to. Can I tell you that that's a bad decision? That that's a bad economic decision, but it's a cultural decision? We have these programs, and everybody's all excited when the child from the ghetto has grades good enough to get into colleges, and may get and what we're hoping then is they get scholarships. What we're hoping is that they get handouts. They're hoping that they get grants. And instead of participating in programs consistently over a number of years, so they can provide for themselves, so you can provide for them, we choose not to do that. Part of it's education, I guess. Most of it's culture. The new left does not want us to make these changes. Because if we make these changes in our culture, in our spending habits, in our viewpoints, then hell, we may end up being Republicans. We may end up being right-wingers. And they're more afraid of that than anything. You know why? Because what they know is that we, black and brown people, we are a people who got civilization started here on this planet. Then that if we figure this out, we are unstoppable. And they will never be able to stop us, and they will never be able to institute their plan of world domination. We will never be their slaves, and we will never be slaves again, ever, to anybody. We'll be right back after these messages.
It's all the rage to call and order flowers from 1-800-whatever or go online and order them from some nameless, faceless person on the other end. I'm saying you should do something different. You should, before doing that, call my friends at Blooming Days Flower Shop, located right here in Tampa, Florida, at 11618 North Florida Avenue, 33612. Christine and her staff don't look at just the order. They look at the customer. They look at your occasion. They consider the entire person, the entire occasion, before making decisions about design and price. You're more than just a customer. You're a friend. Call our friends at Blooming Days Flower Shop, toll free, at 1-800-330-3297. 1-800-330-3297. Local, 813-971-5947. 813-971-5947. You can reach them on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. Nothing fits a home perfectly than a brand new grand piano. And if you're looking for a piano for your brand new home, you've got to visit Dave's Piano. And that's davespianoshowroom.com. If you're looking for the perfect thing to set off your new home, a piano is what you're looking for. And my friend Dave has the perfect piano for you. And the best thing about buying a piano from Dave is that he does everything. He delivers, he sets up, he tunes, he takes care of everything. The best part about Dave's Piano, quite frankly, is Dave. So when you buy a piano from Dave's Piano Showroom, you only deal with Dave. You can reach them at www.davespianoshowroom.com. That's davespianoshowroom.com. You are listening to the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.theexceptionalconservative.com.
All right, welcome back. I've been doing this Cuckoo Talk Radio thing since March of 2008. And what we figured out is that in order to move forward in a way that is going to be effective, that we have got to have the support of those that listen. Those are the first people that we've got to have the support of. We've got to be on that team. And I need you to be on my team. I need you to go to www.fightbackmedia.com. www.fightbackmedia.com. It is the official website of the Willie Lawson Show. And I need you to pitch in. There's a little button right under a video that I do that sort of tells you what the vision of Fight Back Media is. Now, this radio program is just part of the vision. It's just one of the tools that we're using. But if you go to www.fightbackmedia.com, what you'll find out is that you'll find the whole mission, what we're trying to do. And we need you to be a part, and we need you to be a part of it. Our fundraising goal for today is $200. That's our fundraising goal today. And it may be an ambitious goal, but if you don't have an ambitious goal, you will not be able to do audacious things. You will not be able to do the things that you need to do if you don't have ambitious goals. And we have ambitious goals because we have ambition to help the Urban Corps of America achieve its destiny. We want your children to achieve their destiny. We want you to achieve your destiny, to be able to do all the things and be all the things that God wants you to be for your family and for your community. We are here for you. We are here specifically for you. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself.